We really don't want you here. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Nobody wants you here. They don't bring any financial benefit here.
Who the crap told this guy that it's his job to decide who gets to go to Volusia County or not? Your job is to be a sheriff, not to tell people where to travel. You're not a travel agent, you're a sheriff. To begin with, the freedom of mobility is protected by the Constitution. If spring breakers want to go to Volusia County, they can. I wouldn't recommend they go to this crime crap hole, but if they wanted to, you couldn't stop them. And speak for yourself, bro, because I live here in Florida and we depend on tourism. Whether you're working in hospitality, transportation, or 1,000 other people in our state, we depend on tourists. Maybe you don't want to do your job as a sheriff, but the rest of us in society do look forward to helping people that come visit our state. Now, I went through the Volusia County arrest records and I only found one person with an out-of-state address getting arrested among the young people there. For this part of the video, we're going to be cruising through Daytona Pines. Now, this area right outside of Daytona Beach has one of the highest concentrations of gang members and registered offenders of anywhere in the United States. It's an absolute crime crap hole. After looking through Volusia County arrest records for this month, I only found one single young person who had an out-of-state address. This individual here from North Carolina was arrested for petty theft. The overwhelming majority of arrests in Volusia County youth is locals. And not only are they getting arrested for petty theft, like this person from North Carolina, they're all getting arrested for violent offenses, and they're covered in gang tattoos from head to toe. This sheriff in Florida is over here acting like it's the spring breakers that are causing trouble in this county. Let's take a look at the freaking locals real quick. Let's take a look at the specimens of youth that exist and are currently getting arrested in Volusia County that are all 100% homegrown trouble. Let's take a look at this. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, this guy's not a spring breaker because he's 40 years old, but look at this guy. They got specimens like this running around in this county. Homegrown trouble, arrested for abusing the elderly. 100% Volusia County villain. Take a look at this sad face. This is Dylan. He's 28 years old. He was arrested for powdering and loitering and burglary tools. You can clearly see by his face he's completely methed out. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a methed out spring breaker. I believe somebody going to college has better credentials than some tatted up, methed out, gangbanging piece of crap from Volusia County. This local's 36 years old, but he looks like he's 56 years old, and he didn't appear to court. Take a look at this 29-year-old from Daytona Beach, Isaiah. He was arrested for an onslaught of possession charges, as well as sitting in line between cars. I've never heard that charge. This 31-year-old from New Smyrna Beach, look at this little specimen. He was arrested for DUI and refusing a sobriety test. Take a look at this individual. He was arrested for refusing to leave a property, clear tattoos denoting his affiliations. This young man is 24 years old. By his charges, it appears he's homeless. He also has very specific gang-related tattoos. This young lady is 23 years old and she likes to fight. Oh no, she's 25, I'm sorry. Maybe it's about time we start acting our age. Regardless, the point being here that the overwhelming majority of people being arrested for scary crimes in Volusia County are not spring breakers, they're locals. One single young person with an out-of-state address has been arrested this month in Volusia County. The overwhelming majority of people getting arrested in Volusia County are locals. And I don't understand why the sheriff would make these statements saying that spring breakers bring a wave of crime to this county when the only wave of crime that exists in Florida is Volusia County. You know, if Volusia County was this great safe place and they said they didn't want spring breakers, I could almost understand, but it's Volusia County. This is one of the most crime and poverty infected counties in the entirety of Florida. To begin with, I don't even understand why a spring breaker would want to go here. This city is known for events like Bike Week, which everybody just calls Crime Week. But of course, he's not going to go after that demographic of criminal because, again, that's usually the type of people they like to harbor in the state of Florida because it fits their demographics of age and race. I just think that in a county where homelessness, addiction, some of the highest overdose death rates in the entire state of Florida exist, would be more preoccupied with the fact that they have an entire trailer park that has one of the highest concentrations of registered offenders in the country. You would think that would be a bigger priority than spring breakers. but that's not the way these sheriffs in Florida work. It's all about getting in front of the cameras and making a political statement and sounding like a hero, but in reality, anybody who's been to Daytona knows it's an absolute crime crap hole. You know, on the safe spectrum of things, you have Fort Lauderdale, you have Panama City Beach, and then on the other spectrum, you have the destinations for spring breakers that you just don't go to because they're crime-infected crap holes. Places like, let's say, Murder Beach, South Carolina, Daytona Beach, Florida. These are places that are more denoted for crime than they are for, a fun getaway before going back to college. I think the real question with crime in Volusia County is the problem endemic to Volusia County or is it endemic to spring breakers? And I think we all know the answer to that. We all know that the problem here isn't spring breakers, it's Volusia County. And frankly, if you are going to spring break in Florida, don't go to Daytona Beach, but not because of the sheriff. Don't go there because of the crime. If you want to enjoy spring break in Florida, come to Siesta Key. It's great. Go to Fort Myers Beach. It's great. Go to Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas. Great places to spring break. Panama City Beach is a lot of fun. Now, they don't report their arrest records because a lot of people get arrested there and they want to keep that hush-hush. But, it's a lot safer than Daytona. I'll guarantee you that. Because the locals in Panama City Beach are a lot better than the locals in Daytona Beach. So you're only dealing with other people. And you get people from Mississippi, Alabama, the Deep South. They're crimey areas where they're coming from. But it's still considerably safer than Daytona Beach. Like me and my wife, we love going to Panama City Beach for spring break. In fact, let me just show you guys what happens during spring break in Panama City Beach. One of my favorite places to go to.
We're down here in Panama City, baby!
Yo, hi, bro. Just because you make content, if it's not really as would if you were actually. Illinois, that's a long way.
Birmingham.
Birmingham, Birmingham. All right, man. Yeah, I know Birmingham.
Bama.
Bama, what city?
Troy, Montgomery.
Troy.
Yeah,
Wow. The gum. All right.
Panama City.
Yo. All right, we're in Alabama.
Birmingham.
All right, Birmingham. What's up? Have fun in Birmingham. Yo, Auburn or Alabama? What do you guys like? All right, go Tigers. All right, there you go. What's good? Hey, yo, where you from though?
Alabama.
What part of Alabama?
Birmingham.
All right, Birmingham, bro. All right, man. Yeah. Absolutely wild, bro. Absolutely wild, bro. Yeah. All right, now back to Daytona Beach. If spring break in Panama City Beach was scary or dangerous, we simply wouldn't go to it. And it's me and my wife's favorite time of the year. When those beaches get warm enough to enjoy it, you should be there. And again, if spring break was dangerous or sketchy, I definitely wouldn't go to it. One of the reasons we enjoy going to Panama City Beach during spring break is because it's really safe and clean, wholesome place. You can just enjoy the beaches, hotels. It's very affordable. It's very fun. The beaches are beautiful. The people are fun, and it's very safe. Is there a little bit of lawlessness? Of course. Anytime you got people drinking by a beach town, it's going to happen. Is it scary like Daytona Beach or Murder Beach, South Carolina? Absolutely not. We wouldn't even consider going to Daytona Beach. It's just a dangerous place. We go to Daytona Beach during the complete off season, like when it's completely at the lowest levels. Let me show you guys some of the clips we've taken there. Daytona Beach is beautiful. In fact, you can just see dolphins right outside the line of the surfers. But I'll tell you something, If you go in the water in Daytona Beach, this is like Shark Attack Central. The water here isn't as pretty as Panama City Beach. The sand is very tough here. So like I like to metal detect, for example. You can't do that in Daytona because the sand is so compacted, and that just doesn't make for a fun place, because when the sand is this compacted, it isn't as fun as when the sand's nice and soft and you can lay on it more comfortably. It's just a more comfortable beach in Panama City Beach. So we love going to Daytona Beach. One of our favorite places to stay in Florida is Daytona Beach. But when it comes to like spring breaks and vibes and environment and all that atmosphere, you really can't compare Daytona Beach to Panama City Beach, for example. Like I said, the quality of the beach isn't the same. The safety isn't the same. While Daytona Beach is beautiful and we love to go there, it is definitely the most dangerous beach town in Florida. And I don't think that can be blamed solely on spring breakers. 41-year-old Rosana likes to fight, and she's a local. She's not a spring breaker. 24-year-old Nicole is a local, and she likes to fight as well. She could have chosen to go to college and get an education, but she chose to go to jail and fight. And I hope her mama doesn't see this video, but the truth is, everybody in Daytona doesn't know about this girl. And we all know the dude she's fighting over ain't finna pay no child support when he knocks her up. But she likes to do hood rat stuff with her friends, and can't nobody take that from her. And sometimes criminals do come from elsewhere. Meet this 66-year-old piece of crap. He looks malignant. He was arrested for an out-of-state warrant. He wasn't making sandcastles. He was trying to hide from the law down here. Wait a minute. Something's happening here. Okay, if you watch that video clip very carefully, you'll notice his mouth motion and how he swings his jaw side to side. That's usually a symptom of somebody who's on meth. So if you live in Volusia County, you might want to drug test your sheriff, because the way, if you watch his facial expressions, the way he moves his jaw side to side, and the way he opens and turns his face like that, that's something you usually see from somebody who's taking a lot of meth. I just kind of think it's interesting that they have a 66-year-old with an out-of-state fugitive status in their county, and he's complaining about spring breakers, but the only person here really breaking the law is somebody of his own age demographic down there. At least the fugitive doesn't look like he's on meth, though. Now, meet 18-year-old Alana. Don't let her little cute, innocent look fool you. Her type of violence was considered deadly, and her location was considered local. And to the parents of Alana, I know she did her homework and she ate her vegetables, and you might think she's a good little girl, but Alana's for the streets. Let me tell you that right now, because at 18 years old, if you're getting deadly violent with people, something is definitely not right. And by the way, is it me or does this girl look like she's 12? They need to keep her away from Daytona Pines. Hey, maybe the sheriff's office can employ her for one of those sting operations they do. Okay, the other thing about Daytona, did you guys notice how nasty their city water is? Like, I could literally get better looking water out of a canal behind my house here in Sarasota. Meet Amari, a local from Daytona Beach who was arrested this month for touching or striking people. She likes to touch and strike. I don't know why, but I can smell cockroaches just by looking at her picture. Hey, look at this clown. He's 43 years old, and he looks dumber than the average spring breaker. He was arrested with an onslaught of possession charges. You know, the wild thing about Daytona Beach, it's hard to tell what's more dangerous, going in the water and getting eaten by a shark, or staying on land and getting attacked by a local. Meet Dylan. He likes to touch and strike people too. Now, he's not a spring breaker, he's a local here. By the way, did I mention that all these arrests are from this month, and it's only the 13th today, and I'm like not even a quarter of the way through these? And these are only the young people that I scrolled through and saw that I thought would kind of fit today's video. This isn't every arrest in this county. I'm just kind of hand selecting the ones that kind of match today's narrative of, spring breakers, young people, and people causing havoc in Volusia County down there. Then there's this good old boy from Bushnell, Florida. Now, he's not exactly a spring breaker. He's not exactly a local, but close enough. Now, he was driving recklessly, probably in a Dodge Ram, and then he left the scene of a crash, probably in a Dodge Ram. You may have heard spring breakers like to drink out in public. Well, here's a 40-year-old local woman. Now, she was arrested for an open container and not being sober in public. She's not a spring breaker. Her days of spring breaking are long over. Yeah, she's more like a broken spring these days. Meet 23-year-old Renee. She's a local, and what do you think she likes to do? She likes to fight. Over what? piece of crap guys like this idiot right here. You know, by the way, the dating scene in Daytona Beach must be horrible because these girls are fighting over, well, there ain't much to fight over here. So, if anything, they need to bring in some new blood to this town. Maybe let some spring breakers come over here and see if, oh, they're not going to end up with crackhead, psychopathic, methed out girls. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's below them. Get themselves a nice, decent woman like I did. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some Irish bloodline kinks we got to work out with this one right here, but it is nothing as bad as what's going on in Daytona. Okay, I got carried away. What were we talking about? Alright, so you guys want to see the guys that these girls were fighting over for in Daytona down there? I tell you what, man, look at this guy. He looked like fresh out of the Lion King looking, and he looked like a dang old pine cone needle looking dude, man. I tell you what, this is Tremaine, or Tremaine. Wow, even his name is horrible. Now this little specimen of a pine cone needle looking dude over here with some iron brush looking skillet looking thing and dipped in some orange grease looking head dude right there. Now he was arrested for an onslaught of possession charges. Some were real, some were synthetic. The Volusia County did a good job locking this guy up, I'm not gonna lie. Man, that homie looked like he ate all his carrots down there, man. He looked like a dang upside down porcupine looking dude. Perfect nose, cone rose looking dude. Talk about black and yellow looking like dang old Pittsburgh fan looking dude. Talk about Irish hair black man looking dude. If SpongeBob was a crackhead square neck looking dude. That's homie look like ain't gonna make the bail but gonna get a mail in jail looking dude, man. Talk about white girl lips, white man beard looking dude. That was not necessary, but I couldn't help myself looking dude. I ain't racist. That's his own personal choice looking right there, dude. It's not like a barber costs that much money in Volusia County down there looking dude. You got this Willie Nelson off the King of the Hill episode looking dude. He got arrested for some paraphernalia. Do you think he was a spring breaker? Of course not. He's a local. Now, this level of hood rattery only exists in the state of Florida. There's no doubt this is a local right here. This girl right here is a local, and she got caught with paraphernalia. She's never been arrested with meth. She smokes this meth as soon as she gets it. There's no chance for the cops to look her up for possession charges. Now, this young man actually looks like a decent person, but he was trespassing with pills. I don't know what type of shirt he wearing. Might be from a university, but it looks like he has a Daytona address either way. Now, out of all the people we've seen getting arrested here on today's video, this is probably the only person whose parents are actually going to be disappointed. The rest of them knew they had it coming. Now, this female's 35 years old. She's a local, and she likes to fight. And that's what girls in Daytona like to do now. She's a little bit upset because, you know, her parents actually did send her to college. She actually could have been some, but for some reason she moved to Daytona. And, well, if you hang around crap, you're going to turn into crap. And unfortunately, even though she's got a good white pedigree and DNA test down there and a good Ancestry.com with a bunch of white people on the pedigree, she ended up in a bad environment down there in Daytona either way. Now, if you can't beat them, you got to join them. And she decided to beat them and join them. Now, meet Kayla. She's a local, and she stole a motor vehicle. Now, her parents knew she was bad from the time she was little, so it was no surprise when she showed up home with a neck tattoo. And now she's showing up with an arrest record for stealing a vehicle. I wouldn't even doubt it was her parents' vehicle. I think if the Volusia County Sheriff's Office really wanted to deter spring breakers from going to their county, one place to start would be by sharing photos of the local criminals. And I think that alone will keep anybody from ending up in their jail. I really do believe if they want to have a campaign to scare away spring breakers, all they would really have to do is just post photos of the local people getting arrested here. Sometimes people get all these tattoos trying to look all scary and intimidating. And let's not forget that the most dangerous and violent people are really the ones that look the most innocent. Look at this female right here. She looks like a 12-year-old version of 1090 Jake. She don't look like she'd hurt a fly. She has the most violent act of all the acts on today's list. So let that be a lesson to you that innocence can be deceitful. Let this be a warning to anybody breaking the law in Volusia County, Florida, whether local or tourist, snowbird, or spring breaker, that this flamingo-necked white boy is still in there. And if you get locked up in Volusia County, I wouldn't even worry about the sheriff. I'd worry about the locals that are locked up in that jail. That's really the downside of getting locked up over there. And to the sheriff's statement about how the snowbirding YouTube channel having little spring breakers down there don't contribute to your economy, maybe it's because your economy is based on selling meth and they don't buy meth. But regardless, spring breakers do contribute to the economy. On Tuesday, I went Uber driving in Sarasota. Now, Sarasota has a lower homicide rate than Volusia County. It has a lower overdose rate than Volusia County. Crap, it's not Volusia County. How's that for you? It's a much nicer city. We get less spring breakers than Volusia County. And even here on Tuesday, half of my Uber passengers or spring breakers. So they do contribute to the economy. Now, unfortunately, they don't buy meth, and that's what your economy is based off down there in Volusia County, but they do contribute to the economy. It's just not your economy of meth distribution down there in Volusia County. But hey, don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from a local resident of Volusia County.
Yep, tell you what, the little print record down there, they don't buy no meth. They don't buy no synthetic toothpaste down there. They won't even join the Aryan Brotherhood down there. Tell you what, these print records don't contribute to the economy down there. They just don't buy enough meth, man.